some of you know I wrote my goals, because those of you that have been listening, I was announced myself as a double diamond on our last call, but I wrote my goals and I'm absolutely moving forward with them. And we're going to take this call and continue for the balance of this year on working the skills to develop your business. I wanted to kind of go over some of the skills that we need as far as working a network marketing business, and some of the skills you may already have. So some of the skills like listening, time management, coaching, goal setting, public speaking, communication skills, what to say, how to create rapport, how to motivate others, leadership styles and the types of people that exist that you'll be interacting with, how to develop a vision, networking skills, sales skills, telephone skills, how to make cold calls, how to ask for referrals, social media, how to host things like conference calls, webinars, Skyping. Those skills you may already have. You may have picked them up along the way during your working career. There are other skills that usually people come into network marketing that they don't have. So the skill of doing a three-way phone call, kind of foreign to most people until they land on the doorstep of a network marketing business. Compensation plans, again, a skill that needs to be developed. What is MLM? We did a little bit on that skill last year. Website awareness, how to host a presentation, an MLM meeting, or a trade show. The skill of where to find the people to talk to and how to follow up with them. How to tell a story, how to help your team package their stories, how to lead a volunteer team rather than being a supervisor of employees. So many people come with the skill of leading a team, but it's a team of individuals that are being paid to be there and perform. In this case, it's a volunteer team that develops underneath you in network marketing. Developing a why and helping people become consistent so that they can move into this industry full time. Those are all skills that you need, and so often we come into network marketing instead of working towards those skills. Most people try to learn out how to say moringa oleifera or how to spell Zija, and that's not the important thing. The important thing is developing these skills. It's interesting that we even have the level of success that we have in network marketing because many people don't stop to develop the skills that are needed. Obviously, you can bring some of the skills in to your business environment, but often there are skills that you haven't developed at all in the business or the job corporate world, and so they need to be developed, and many times there are skills missing that may have been available on the corporate side of things, but you just weren't in a position to develop that skill or hadn't spent the time to do it. And so that's what we're going to be focusing on is skills, and we'll focus on them for the balance of this year. We're going to get back to those of you that have been listening to the calls. We've been working on packaging stories, particularly the product stories, and we still have a long ways to go with that. We're going to get back to working on that, and then we'll move forward to working on our business stories. So that will be fairly early in the new year. There's some other things that I want to work with you between now and sort of the end of January, and then we'll get back to those stories. So that's kind of what's going to be coming up in 2014. I want to ask you a question, though. How many of you that are on the phone have been writing your goals out, developing your dream boards, your whys? How many people have been spending some time over the last few days in doing that? I'm sure many of you have, because you're obviously on this call and wanting and having a desire to go diamond. So I'm sure some of you have, but I'm sure there's probably some people listening that haven't done anything on there. So here's my question to you this morning. Are you fully committed to making it happen in 2014, or like the gym, will your efforts and to develop the skills and whatnot sort of wane as the days and the weeks go by? And so I'm asking you, are you fully committed? And what does committed really mean? I want you to think about the last breakfast that you had. And maybe for some of you that are on the East Coast, you've been up long enough to have breakfast this morning, but some of you that I listen to from the West Coast, maybe you're just kind of still groggy and searching for that coffee as you listen to me. But I want you to think about the last time you had bacon and eggs. Maybe it was yesterday morning, New Year's morning, you had a breakfast of bacon and eggs. What I want to tell you is when it comes to that breakfast of bacon and eggs, the chicken was involved. The pig was committed. Think about that for a minute. Bacon and eggs, that's the breakfast. The chicken was involved in your breakfast, but the pig was committed. Now, what does that mean in regards to this industry of network marketing, and in particular to your Zija business? So, are you gonna spend the rest of this year just kind of going through the motions and continue to be involved, or are you going to be 100% committed to learning the skills and changing how you approach your business this year? You are where you are because of maybe when you became involved. Maybe some of you are on the line, you haven't been involved for very long. Or maybe some of you have been involved and you're on the line, you've been here since day one. If you've been here since day one, then it's time to get 100% committed and be willing to learn the skills and be willing to change how you approach your business. So let's take a peek at what's involved versus committed when it comes to Zija. Involved is leading with the products. Committed is leading with the business. So ask yourself, what is my tendency? Do I fall back to the products when someone says, what is Zija? Being involved is purchasing a book. Being committed to learning the skills and moving your business forward is reading that book. Being involved is talking to people when they ask you what's in that funny little green bottle that you're drinking. Being committed is talking to people before they speak to you. Being involved is listening to the occasional call. Being committed is making conference calls and meetings an appointment on your day timer. You know, you've got to make some sacrifices, and sometimes meetings are not on a day that's convenient. Sometimes it means that you have to miss a personal activity. It's about putting them as an appointment on your day timer that you're not willing to give up. Being involved is working the business when you get to it. Being committed is planning to be consistent every single day. So the last thing that I do on Sunday evenings is I sit down and map out what it is that I'm going to be doing in the upcoming week. You know, I have to be consistent. I have to be available to do this call every single Thursday. Can you imagine yourself being committed to doing something every single week? You know, and this call is not the only thing that I commit myself to doing every single day, every single week as I build my Zija business. Being involved is sponsoring whenever it happens. Being committed is planning to be Team 250 qualified each month. Being involved is setting goals that are so close to you that you know exactly how they're going to get done. And you'll know you're going to accomplish them. Being committed is setting goals that you have no idea how in the world it is ever going to happen. Being involved is understanding the concepts of peak and pass. Being committed is doing 3 ways with every single person that you present Zija to. So that's what the difference is. Now let's move on to goal. But that's kind of the skill that I wanted to talk a little bit about this morning, since it's one of the things that everyone should be working on over the next little while. If you haven't already started, you should be continuing to work on if you have started. I want to challenge you with a few concepts. 6 Successful people set goals bigger than themselves. Successful people are not motivated by goals that are strictly money or rank oriented. It's more about leaving a legacy than the car that they will drive. Now, it's kind of nice to drive the Mercedes-Benz. Also, it's more about leaving a legacy. When I say the name Oprah, you think Africa. When I say Bill Gates, you think education. Donald Trump and Boy Scouts. These are successful people that their goal is to leave a legacy. It's not about the car they drive, though all of them drive some pretty spectacular cars, and a few of them fly in some pretty spectacular planes, but it's all about leaving a legacy. You know, most people will stop short of their potential once their primary needs have been met. So take a look at your goals. If you've wrote them already, are they primarily about your primary needs? Food, clothing, shelter, being debt-free, making X number of dollars. Are those your goals and your only goals when it comes to looking at your Zija business? Because those are primary needs. And once they've been met, most people will stop short of their potential, their own personal potential, but the potential of this industry. You know, material possessions do not bring fulfillment, and they'll not allow you to tap in to the income potential of Zija. So, for instance, when it comes to personal goals, if your marriage stinks, a new car or a new boat just because of Zija is not going to change the smell of that marriage. If you drink too much, a new home won't change you. You'll have more rooms to drink in. If your dad hates you and the relationship with your dad is bad, you give him a trip to Bermuda, but the only thing that's going to change is he's now going to hate you while he's sitting on the beach instead of at home. So the goals have to be bigger than your primary needs. So yes, there are some primary needs for some of you on the phone, and those can be some short-term goals. You know, maybe you need a car, a better car that's more reliable. Maybe for some of you, you need a roof over your head and some stability in those areas. But the goals have to be larger, and they have to be more than just about yourself. And they have to be more than just business goals. So you should have goals not only in regards to your Zija business, but personal development goals, relationship goals, spiritual goals, and most importantly, do you have a goal or multiple goals on your list that really are about leaving a legacy? Leaving a legacy. What will people remember about you when you're gone? Those are the goals that will allow you to tap into the potential that we have here at Zija. Think about the major leaders in this company and think about some of the legacies that they are leaving. You know, some of you are maybe on Chris Estes' team, and I know that he just released a book. That's leaving a legacy. Leaving a legacy of his knowledge and his wisdom. There are so many great leaders in this company. Why are they doing this? What are they doing to leave a legacy? So your goals should be about that. Whether you're there or whether you still have to kind of get that primary, need a car primary goal, you should be setting goals that go beyond those primary needs if you want to tap into everything that we have here. And then it's important, many of you know the things about writing them down, sharing them with others, visiting them daily, picturing the dreams with things like dream boards and why, date to complete those, writing them in the present tense. That's why you heard me introduce myself as Karen Hill Black Diamond. Feeling them. You know, if you want that new car, sit in that car. Feel what it is like to drive that card. It doesn't cost you anything to take a test drive. Feel them. And then it's important, the most important part of all is to take those goals and create a daily method of action that's going to move you forward. And this is what you're going to track, and this is what you're going to reward. It's not about rewarding getting to the goals. It's about rewarding the daily activity. So you've wrote the goals, and the most important piece now is figuring out on a daily basis, what am I going to do to move me forward to that goal? And track that. So in the case of your Zija business, it may be things like the number of people you're going to talk to each day. And then you track it. You figure out, I said I was going to talk to 10 people every single day, Monday to Friday. Did I do it? At the end of the week, where's my list of 50 people that I've talked to? Brand new people. Not just regurgitating the same people, but brand new people. The number of three-ways that you're going to do each and every day. The number of training calls that you're going to listen to. Track these. Track and writing and practicing your story. I know that each one of you still needs to spend time on developing your story. So that's part of the activity of the goal of getting to become a leader in this company. And so track it. What have I done this week to move forward in the writing of my story? How many days did I practice it in front of the mirror? When it comes to personal development, what are the books that you're reading? What is your goal for the year to read? And some of those books can be about the business, so they can be very business related. They can be about personal development. They can be about relationships. If you're having or struggling with a relationship, reading a book on how to listen is often a great place to start for many. When it comes to a relationship, being a better listener does absolutely make a difference. Understanding the different types of people that you're having relationships with. I'm a very straightforward, shoot from the hips, very business-oriented individual. I'm not a touchy-feely person. So I have to spend time working on that and understanding people that come to this business that are all about caring and touching and feeling and supporting someone with the product. That's not me. I came to this business very business focused, and so I have to figure that out. If I'm going to lead people that are that type of an individual, I have to read, I have to understand, and figure that out. Make weekly, consistent contact with people if you're trying to better a relationship. You can do things like emails and cards and phone calls, send flowers to them, gifts to them. You're making consistent contact with someone. Find out more about them. If you want to better a relationship with someone, find out more about them. Forgive them in some cases. I talked about, if your father's upset at you and that relationship is really sour, spend some time with them. Find more out about them. Find out, why that relationship is so sour. Forgive them. Accept your responsibility is the first things that you can do to mend and move those relationships forward. And sometimes it's not mending a relationship. In some cases, it's starting to develop a new relationship with someone who arrives in your business. And so those are all part and parcel of the things that we need to do. But the most important part that I want to get through this morning, because many of you, like I said, will have put together on paper some of those goals that you want to move forward with, but then it's a matter of taking action on them. And taking action with a daily method of operation, activity plan, whatever it is. If you don't have a day timer, it's probably one of the best investments that you can make. And you're literally putting in place, what am I going to do every day? You're going to track it every single day and determine whether you did what you said you were going to do at the beginning of the week or the beginning of the month, however you want to track your goals. I like to do it on a daily basis and literally reward that effort. It's not about rewarding just achieving the goals, because you'll be very disappointed if that's what you reward. Because there will be weeks in this business that you don't obtain any of the goals that are on your list. There will be months. There will sometimes be years that you don't obtain the goals. But if you reward on a weekly basis the activity, you'll have a lot of fun getting to the goals. So I'm going to open up the lines for any comments, questions, and any announcements of any upcoming meetings in your area. Would love to hear them. Hold on here. All right. Good morning, Karen. This is Elizabeth Alexander, San Francisco Bay Area, and we are launching 2 markets here in California on December 8th, Wednesday at the Flamingo Hotel. We're launching Santa Rosa, and then on this, January 11th, we are launching the Sacramento market, and we have a new silver also in Sacramento, Francine, and she's actually originally from the Congo, living in Sacramento, and we're very proud to have broken a silver. Congratulations. Awesome. Hi, Karen. This is Lydia O'Connor, Salt Lake City, and we are going to do that next Wednesday, January 8th, with Mike Sings and myself and Dr. Joshua Plant presenting, and we'll have an event up on beachevents.com soon. Awesome. Any other events? I know that some of you will be aware that the Diamond event is coming up next week in San Diego. So the Diamonds and Above will be in San Diego the end of next week. So coming out of that event, you're going to want to make sure that you're listening to the phone calls starting Monday the 13th, because there'll be all kinds of announcements coming out of that event in San Diego. So mark that on your calendar. I didn't see it anywhere. Any other events?
Congratulations to everyone out here.
Alright, nothing else to announce. Thank you for all being on the very first call of the year, and look forward to hearing you all next week. Bye, guys. Thank you, Karen. Congratulations on going Black Diamond. Congratulations, Karen. You're awesome. Andrea Schultz, Happy New Year. Congratulations, Karen. Santa Rose, Runaway Pan Am.
Congratulations, that completed in Atlanta, Georgia.
Congratulations, Chicago, Illinois. Happy New Year. Congratulations, great culture. Great call.
You're right, Rick.
Thank you. Wagner, New Philadelphia. Gold in the making. Thank you. Great call, Cynthia Bell in Detroit. Happy New Year. Great call, Karen. Elizabeth Alexander, San Francisco area. Congratulations again.
Congratulations, Karen, Dolores Davis, Fairburn, Georgia.